Alright, time for my round 3 game of this month's REV GP. Playing against Drake, who is on Sultai mid-range. So, are they running Wildcard Seekers? No, actually, they're more Sultai control than Sultai mid-range, actually, so I misspoke there. And okay, this is a pretty good starting hand. I'll keep this. I'm on the play, so that's good. They've named the deck Xerix Indulgence, but it's just Sultai control, right? Or I guess, is it control? It's not, it's like mid-range value control-ish. Anyways, we're both keeping all 7, so that's good. That means we'll have full resource game from both ends. Leystone, oh, they have this turn 1. What does this do? If gets them a basic land. Alright, if they get turn 1. Sure, and they're always going to have untapped stuff, which is kind of annoying for me, but that's fine. I'll just have to live with it. I'll grab, oh, they can't deal with Star-Sighted right now, right? What removal do they have on 2 that I need to worry about? Oh, they have Omen of Slaughter, but that's their only removal on 2, so I just have to dodge this thing, and Star-Sighted will be able to connect. They're not playing any creatures, so they can't exactly block this thing. They are, oh, okay, interesting. They passed the turn, so they're not holding Omen of Slaughter because otherwise they would have definitely done something by now. So that's good because now that means I get to connect with Star-Studded. And that's exactly what I want to happen. So now I get to start ramping, and that puts me very far ahead. So I'm quite happy with this outcome. Do I just jam Wildcard Seeker? Yeah, do they have any board wipes? They have Chronicle of Extinction, which I do need to worry about, but the thing about Chronicles is that it's sorcery speed and it's also like not going to happen next turn. So I think I'm pretty happy just slapping down 2 things. Yeah, and putting down more creatures also protects my Wildcard Seeker against Omen of Deception. So I haven't played a land this turn, right? Yeah, okay. So play this untapped. Well, actually, I do need to double fetch. Yeah, I need to double fetch green in order to go Wildcard into Leyline Channelers, but that should be fine. And I guess one of the other new divide can fetch planes or something. But anyways, yeah, I'll just make this play, pay some more life, and play out Leyline Channelers. So I'm fine even if I get board wiped here because, or no, they can't board wipe me this turn. But if they board wipe me next turn, well, actually, hopefully Wildcard Seeker will be able to attack, and if that happens, this new device fetching a mountain, and Wildcard Seeker is out of Chronicle of Extinction range. So it seems like my opponent didn't have anything on 2, and that's going to be their downfall, because, okay, I'm being a bit dramatic here, but yeah, they're behind on board, because if they had something on 2, then they definitely could have interacted with me. But now that they haven't, so Miralai comes out, they plus, and draw some cards, and that thing just dies to Wildcard Seeker swinging at its face. They untap 2 lands, but I'm not sure what they can do with this mana to interact with the board, because like Omen of Deception requires black. So I mean, I swing Wildcard at Miralai. Let me just double check that they don't have anything they can pull that stops me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't interact with the board. So yeah, send Wildcard at Miralai, send Star-Studded at face. That puts me up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana this turn. So that probably, so I can go something like either Vasilia or Zar. Vasilia is probably better. They could have Omen of Deception. That's their only counter spell I need to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I won't be able to Vasilia pre-combat. I could also Zar instead. Is that useful? So Zar lets me +1 to get 2/2. But that still gets wiped by Chronicle, so I think Vasilia is better in this situation. In this case, then yeah, I will just full swing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll keep back the Leyline Channelers, I guess. I don't want weird stuff happening. So let's see if damage goes through. Okay, well, no blocks. Sack that, fetch mountain, get Wildcard Seeker up to 4/4, and damage goes through. Miralai dies. This thing, I get even more mana off the Star-Setteds, and I'll play Miralai, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I play Miralai because they can't possibly counter this. Or actually, I think I'll tap like this. Or no, I play Vasilia, I mean. Actually, Chronicle of Extinction could be kind of annoying here. But I just flip Vasilia right away, because that plays around Chronicle of Extinction. And what other, like, They have Galana as target removal. Do they have anything else as targeted removal? No, they don't. Yeah, I think I just flip Basilia now to play around Chronicle. Or like, how far away are they from? They can definitely Chronicle. Like Chronicle. So what? Chronicle hits Starset and Basilia if I don't do anything about that. Yeah, I think I just transform Basilia now just to play around stuff. Actually, I can give this guy hexproof. Can they like answer a big hexproofy guy? I don't think they can. So, yeah, set annotation. I'll make the hexproofer, and I can also jam Forgotten Cultivator here into a counter spell. But do I want to do that? I don't think I really. Not really. I'll play Forgotten Cultivator after, like once they tap out. Basilia being hexproof is a huge pain for them, though. They don't have an easy way to deal with it, right? No, wait. Xerix. Yeah, okay, never mind. Xerix doesn't target, so they can kill. Xerix can kill hexproof guys, but they GG anyways because yeah, seems like they didn't have what they need. All right, that's good for me. So that's game 1 out of the way. Upper mode comes in because that's definitely a lot of stuff to blow up. Soul Guide Lantern, is that useful? I don't think so. Yeah, they only have Chronicle of Extinction as graveyard stuffs. Other than that, Scratch's Horseman, is that useful? It could be useful, but I think, well, Scratch's Horseman is more useful against counter spells than removal, I feel like. I don't think I'll bring it in. So usually I just cut some Forgotten Cultivators, but I feel like this is a matchup where Forgotten Cultivator is at least decent, so maybe I keep some in, and then I just board out some random 3-drop, like Amarantha Visionary. Maybe I board out a Wild Quartz Seeker. Yeah, I think they have enough removal that I want Wild Quartz Seekers more than I want Amarantha Visionaries, even though they're like both good into removal. But yeah, let's run this. Alright, time for game 2. Let's see. No early game, I'll mulligan. Okay, yeah, this is pretty great. Do I bottom a land, or do I bottom I think I'll bottom a Leyline Channelers. I don't need this many Mana Dorks. So turn 1, Warpray Rings, fetch Forest. Turn 2, Plains, play one of these guys. They play a tap land turn 1. Oh no, it's not a tap. It's Leystone of Growth turn 1. Okay, they still got it, I guess. I mean, if they're going to get Leystone to, or if I'm going to get Wild Card in my opening hand, then I guess it's only fair that they also get Leystone in their opening hands. So turn 2, hopefully starts that it doesn't get countered or removed or something. Post board they also have way more things to answer my guys, so I can't guarantee that Starstead will survive. Oh, actually, wait. Interestingly enough, they didn't play basic on turn 1, so it means that they probably don't have a forest. That's really the only thing I can get from it. Because if they had a forest, they would have used the forest to play a Leystone, so that next turn they could have 2 untapped lands on my turn. But yeah, well, I guess I just jam. I jam Star-Studded or Leyline Channelers. How can Star-Studded get punished? It can get removed, I guess. I think that's really it. Like, it could get removed during combat. It could get countered. Maybe do I jam Leyline Channelers first? Well, if I have a counter spell, I want to jam it. Or if they have a counter, I do want to jam my 2-drop into it to clear it away from my Wild Quartz Seekers. So I will go for it, but which 2-drop do I jam first? I guess Starset could be useful later. I'll just jam Leyline Channelers. They let it happen. Okay, do they have like Omen of Deception or something? Seems like it. Or Omen of Slaughter. One of the omens. So, like, they could play a sorcery speed thing this turn and then untap with Leystone and hold up like Omen of Deception on my Wild Quartz Seeker, and that would be pretty bad for me. Agonizing Remorse. Yep, that's also quite annoying for me. On the bright side, at least I have 2 Wild Quartz Seekers, so it means that they can't stop me with a single discard spell. Yeah, Wild Quartz, yeah, sure. If they have another basic, though, they can't hold up Omen of Deception. If they do, then I guess no. I'm still going to jam Wild Quartz Seeker into it. No, wait. Okay, so they're not representing Omen of Deception, which is interesting play. Well, I mean, this basically means this confirms that they don't have Omen of Deception in hand. I wonder if they should have at least tried to play this. If they should have tried to at least represent Omen of Deception by playing New Divide untapped. But what do I know? Like, they know what's in my hand, so I guess at the same time, like, maybe they think that I'm just going to jam Wild Quartz Seeker into the possible Omen, so it wouldn't have made sense to represent it. Well, anyways, now this definitely resolves, and I'm pretty happy about this. They let it happen, and so this thing does die to Chronicle of Extinction right now, which is Could be problematic. In that case, should I just fetch New Divide instead of Warpray Reigns? Because Warpray Reigns forces me to commit to my colors before I untap. Okay, so like 2-2 versus 3-3. Is there any differences? Actually, there is a single difference. Which is with a Feast of Whispered Knives. Okay, yeah, I guess that convinces me to grab Warpray Reigns. So that way this thing doesn't die to Feast of Whispered Knives. But again, like they can just Chronicle Extinction me to wipe Wild Court Seeker. Or like if it could just be Omen of Slaughter or something like that. They could have more removal. And seems like they're playing a 4-drop. Yep, Chronicle. About what I expected. Although at the same, there wasn't actually a reason to try to grow this thing up Chronicle range because they could just use the sack mode. Yeah. I'll fetch its swamp now because I might need it later on. And now they're also representing Omen of Deception finally. Archon of Condemnation with 0 targets. I guess yeah. I go started Leyline Challengers this turn. I'll wait. Is there any Archon targets in their deck at all? I don't think there is, which is actually kind of problematic for me because Archon is my big top end thing. Maybe I should board out copies of Archon instead of my other 3 drops. Okay, well, I'll make that change if I lose this game. So I'll try to jam Star Set it first. They let it happen. Try to jam Leyline Channelers. They let it happen, and looks like we're just playing the top deck game now. If they have another Chronicle of Extinction, that kind of sucks for me because that wipes my board again. I mean, I can always just top deck like two Consonances in a row. Is this Xerx time? Yep, it's Xerx, and like they could minus, but I don't think they're minusing here. I think they'd rather plus. So like now I need. Oh no, they're going full send. Blowing up Sagittaire. Sure. Too bad Archon can't attach to Planeswalkers anymore. Okay, it's exiled. So I can plink Xerx down to 1 loyalty, which could matter. They get you on tap with 3 lands. They get you on tap 3 lands now, which is annoying for me. So this is kind of close to Consonance mana-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I could play this life probably doesn't matter here, so I can play this untap and then jam Archon into a possible Omen of Deception. So yeah, I'll try doing that. I'll grab my. Okay, so this is fetching green and this is fetching white. So grab my second white source and try to jam Archon. They let it happen, and well, there's nothing to target, so you know. And I guess I run Leyline Challenge into Xerx. Yeah, let's see if they do anything about that. No blocks, sure. And Xerx, all Xerx can do now is plus next turn, which is fine by me. It gets him some more cards, but whatever. They're going to scry. Okay, that's fine. Also, I'm reading Archon again, and I can sacrifice. Did Archon always have that text? I'm not going crazy, right? Archon didn't have that text before, right? I'll look at it after the game. Like I'll look through my previous recordings, but I swear, if Archon always had that second ability with this beginning of upkeep sack, then I don't know what to say because I don't remember it ever having that ability. And okay, Keening Bell Tower, yeah, sure. That's going to be quite annoying for me, but it should be fine. Plus Xerx, can they kill Archon? They need to be able to kill Archon to not let Xerx die. And I mean, they do get to untap 3 lands, so if they have anything, they probably get to use it. Ping, okay. Yeah, ping for the Keening Bell Tower. Keening Bell Tower does synergize quite well with Leystone because it gives them 2 mana to use to activate the Bell Tower each turn. So should I fetch before drawing? Yeah, I think I don't want to draw lands right now, so I will fetch before drawing. It's extremely minor, but whatever. I'll make the conscious decision to fetch before drawing for turn. Anyway, it seems like my opponent's deciding on what to do here, which isn't a good sign for me because like if they have options and they're thinking about it, that means that they probably have something, and I don't want to think about what they possibly could have. Anyways, I'll fetch Forest now to make sure that I can Constance even after my board gets wiped. Waking Bog. Okay, that could be useful later on, I guess. Is there anything for me to do with my mana? Not yet. Okay, so if they have removal spells, they want to use it like on Archon or something. I'll just swing everything at Xerx, just in case they have like a removal for Archon. But like if I can get Xerx to die, then that'd be really nice here. Oh, okay, so they didn't have removal. Cool. Play out Waking Bog and pass the turn. Keening Bell Tower is going to start drawing them cards in very quickly, which is annoying. So like I need to end the game before that the card draw starts mattering. And okay, I need to, yeah, Keening Bell Tower creates a lot of triggers, so it's also annoying because I need to be reminded of the triggers if I forget. And there's a good chance I end up forgetting triggers from my opponent's Keening Bell Tower. How close are they to flashing back the Chronicles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're two lands away. Okay, so I mean they're still 2 lands away, so that's fine. They're drawing main phase. Interesting. I guess they're really desperate for something. Right, and so yeah, they're holding up their entire mana base, which is kind of scary. Okay, so what instant speed things do I have to worry about? They have Omen Slaughter, which isn't targeted, so I can just sack Leyline Challengers. Is that everything they possibly could have? They have, oh no, they also have normal removal spells like Maim, but okay, so like literally the only other thing I have to worry about other than the 2-man Edict is discard, which does kill Waking Bog, and they could be holding counter spells too. Okay, so my play here: activate this thing, swing, keep back Leyline Challengers in case, and then if things go well, I get back Wildcourt and try to play it. If things don't go well, I'll try to Czar and hope it doesn't get countered, and hope that they don't have a removal spell plus a counter spell. I guess, yeah, that's probably the best play here. Oh, actually, I don't have a second black source. Or no, Leyline Challengers is acting as my second black source, so that's fine. Yeah, let's... Oh, never mind. I don't actually have enough mana to make that, to do that line. Alright, hopefully they don't have removal. They're sacking to draw cards right now. Okay, so they probably don't have removal in hand currently. I need to remember to take the ping from Bell Tower. And okay, they still didn't get what they need. Cool. So I get back Wildcourt Seeker. And do I jam Wildcourt Seeker into possible Omen of Deception? Like if they have Omen, then they get to Omen and then sack it too to scry. I think I do want to play around Omen, and like they don't have any other counter spells, right? Actually, no, they have Divine Mishap, which is a 3-mana counter spell, but it's a hard counter. Well, I don't think they can play out a legendary and also keep up Divine Mishap and also stop the Waking Bog from attacking. So I think, yeah, I do hold back right now. And they're going to sack more lands to draw cards, which is good for me because that's less mana for them to hold up. Right, it's still a creature. Did they top deck a removal spell for my Waking Bog? Okay, yeah, there we go. So that's annoying, but fine-ish. At least it happened like after this thing already got a hit in. That said though, like I definitely could have attacked with Leyline Challengers this turn, and I feel like the damage could have mattered because like Bell Tower is gaining them life, so there is some nickel and diming going on. And they're going to draw with Bell Tower. Alright, sure. Actually, I had the option of Czar into a possible counter spell last turn, but then like Czar minus kills Keening Bell Tower. Maybe I should have done that instead of whatever this play was. So they're still going to have their entire mana base untapped after this. And what do I get? Oh, okay, Grand Consonance. So I guess my goal here is to draw out their counter spells before trying to resolve the Grand Consonance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go Wildcourt into Czar, but that requires me to pay life, which I don't really want to do. Okay, so I can Czar. That plays around Omen of Deception. Does it play around 2 Omens or a Divine Mishap? Or I can but that does get rid of Keening Bell Tower if it sticks. Alternatively, I can Wildcourt Seeker. Well, either ways, I always attack right now, right? What are the chances that they're sitting on a way to counter Czar? I think it's pretty likely that they are sitting on some way to counter it, so I could try to jam it pre-combat. So like I tried to play Czar, they Omen me. No wait, actually Divine Mishap draws some cards because Leystone is legendary. Okay, so like if I jam Wildcourt Seeker, it's actually and it gets Divine Mishap, that's extremely bad for me because I have no follow-up plays, but Czar at least does have that option. So yeah, I guess I'll jam Czar this turn and hope that works out. Like they have to be holding a bunch of counter spells right now if they spent the last few turns doing absolutely nothing. And seems like it's a Divine Mishap. Yep, that's unfortunate for me. Hopefully the Keening Bell Tower doesn't kill me in the following turns. Oh, they're just going to keep drawing cards. I'm actually dead if they draw any more cards. Or I'm dead in like a few more card draws, which is kind of worrying, but And they're at 8 cards in hand, so it's extremely likely that they're holding on to counter spells now. So I just have to win by forcing the mana advantage. Except I can't really do that due to how things are working out. Keening, oh well, that's yeah. I think I just died to Keening Bell Tower pings. I can't really beat 2 Keening Bell Towers because I can't remove both of them. So at this point, I just have to hope that they don't have any counter spells, but they probably do. Well, they're tapping out main phase. If they tap out main phase, then that means I need to resolve a Grand Consonance somehow. Did they mess up? I'm still not in a great position right now, but I guess, yeah, sure. What are they planning? They're going to cycle Leystone of Growth, and okay, I just die, right? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, okay, so that didn't work out super well for me. Hopefully, so now I know that I need to board out Archons here. Forgotten Cultivator, I mean. Is there any other changes I want to make? Not really. Scratch's Horseman, like that game, they didn't have that much removal. Yeah, like their entire deck isn't that removal heavy, but they actually had a decent number of counter spells, so maybe Scratch's Horseman is useful. Huh. Maybe is it better than the Archon? So making this cut means that I don't have 5 drops, but at the same time, it's not like Archon's doing much, right? It's just a 5-mana 4/4 flyer. They have 0 creatures. Meanwhile, Scratch's Horseman is uncounterable and a huge pain for them to deal with. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. This probably doesn't do great things for my curve, but well, hopefully it doesn't. I don't get punished for making this change. So no 2-drops, a bunch of late game. Is this keepable? I could also like just not draw enough land, and that also super punishes me. So if they have Omen of Deception, this is extremely bad for me. Do I want to take that risk? No, I don't want to take that risk. I'll mulligan this and get a hand that's... I can't keep this. I need to go down to 5. Okay, well, this hand isn't great, but it's acceptable. So I need to bottom 2 cards right now, which is not great for me, but do I just bottom 2 lands? Or I can bottom Grand Consonance and a land. And then I go like Gloomcover Step tapped, fetch Forest, and hope that it works out for me. 2 sources walks right into a bunch of removal spells, but I just have to hope that doesn't happen. I guess I can run this. And then I guess I hope that Club Promoter blows up something important. Actually, it gets to blow up Leystone of Growth. Did it get the turn 1 Leystone? I hope they don't. Kind of tired I'm kind of tired of playing against turn 1 Leystone. Okay, good. Oh no, they do have it. Why do they always have the turn 1 Leystone? I guess that's the same question as why do I always have turn 2 Star-Studded. Alright, let's see what I get. Okay, well, that means I don't have to take as much damage, so I can't complain too much about this. And the fact that they didn't have a turn 1 basic is also good for me, because they can't play a 2-drop and then also hold up a Leystone. Or they can't play a 2-drop and also hold up Omens. So Club Promoter probably does get blown up, or Club Promoter probably does get to blow up something. In which case, yeah, the thing I blow up is Leystone of Growth. So Drift Off. Okay, that's useful. Anyways, I'll swing at them first and see if they have, like, if they want to play Omen of Deception. Seems like they don't, so, or if they have Omen of Slaughter. I keep mixing up the omens. So, I mean, I can't jam Club Promoter, but do I want to do that? Because that loses pretty hard to Omen. Okay, so what else could they have? Or what's the worst thing that can happen if I try to jam Star-Studded number 2? And I don't think there's anything super bad that can happen to me if I do that, so I think that's what I'll do. I'll play this untapped because they might have Omen of Deception. Like, I'll just play around Omen of Deception. I have the mana to do that. Are they really going to... Okay, I mean, if they want to counter this, then I'm more than happy for that to happen. Oh, I mean, okay, I see. They're trying to remove something then. No, they are trying to counter... Okay, interesting. I guess they're just really desperate to get something on board. What do I fetch here? I guess I grab Plains. I do need to be able to cast Drift Off eventually. Yeah, so that was a weird play. I did manage to draw out their Omen, so that's good. Next turn I swing in with everything, and that puts me up to 6 mana. Although I can't actually make use of the 6 mana because of how the colors work out, which is annoying. And okay, they're that desperate to scry. Interesting. Well, that means I get the Club Promoter through, yeah, I get the Club Promoter through an Omen of Deception, which is useful. It gets rid of the Leystone of growth, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to deal with them having a bunch of extra mana. Well, actually, do I need to blow up the Leystone right now? I mean, it's useful, but also Club Promoter. I want Club Promoter to get the drop effect so I can start swinging with a 3/3. Like playing Club Promoter blowing up Leystone is just begging to get chronicled, right? Yeah, well, either ways, I'm always going to swing here, and they're tapping out for a main. All right, sure. So that makes it slightly less likely that they're trying to wipe the board. I do have access to kick drift off now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to do stuff with that. So the problem with playing out Club Promoter is that if I get chronicled, I have absolutely no follow up, right? And they could be on Chronicles right now. Well, no, if they're on Chronicles, would they have used MAME there? I don't think it says anything because maybe they just want the MAME to prevent me from wrapping too much. And like if I wasted Drift Off on, yeah. Okay, so what's the worst thing that they can do to me? They untap, play like one of their Planeswalkers, pass the turn, have 2 untapped mana. I Club Promoter their Leystone and try to attack down the Planeswalker. Or I try to Drift Off. Drift Off dies super hard to Xerax. And yeah, I think I've convinced myself to Club Promoter here, even though that dies really hard to Chronicles. Like, what's the follow-up if I get Chronicled, right? I guess I just hope that Drift Off hits something important and I need to start top decking stuff. Or yeah, I think I'll pass here. I don't want to get Chronicled. And I do want the 3/3 Club Promoter to start putting pressure. And also, like, this also leaves me open for Consonance top decks. And they just pass. Okay, I guess they're not on Chronicles. Because if they were, then they definitely would have played something by now, right? So they're just holding on to a bunch of... well, Basila dies super hard to Chronicles, right? So I can Club Promoter the Leystone this turn. Well, first of all, I'll swing and see how they tap. They let it happen. Cool. So I have 7 mana now, but what do I do with this 7 mana? So they can Divine Mishap with this mana, which is not great for me. Okay, so I can go Club Promoter, and then if it gets countered, I'll Drift Off the Leystone. Or alternatively, I can Drift Off the Leystone, and yeah, how do I play around Divine Mishap wrecking me? Like, I do need to get rid of Leystone, right? And I want to, yeah, I can't go with Club Promoter into Vasilia, which is kind of annoying. Well, whatever. Okay, do you have Divine Mishap? Yeah, you do. Okay, yeah, it happens. So basically, now I need to worry about Xerax, I guess. Xerax naming Equinox Mark is absolutely horrible for me, so yes, I will Drift Off the Leystone just so that, like, if they Xerax me and name Equinox Mark, I still have stuff on board. So yeah, I definitely should have Drift Off first, I guess. Because, well, no, would they have countered Drift Off? Okay, so they can Xerax minus the Drift Off. That's a fine exchange by me because now I get to Star-Setted whack their thing. If they Xerax minus on the Equinox Mark, that's fine. I get to Star-Setted whack their thing. If they Xerax minus on Star-Setted, then that's fine. I get to slam Basilia through a counter spell, and I guess I flip this guy into the hexproof one. Yeah, there's Xerax. Let's see what you blow up. They are going to take out my ramp. All right, yeah, happens. I can't actually Basilia now, which is a problem. Okay, but they don't have 1 mana. They don't have a 1 mana way to blow up Star-Setted, so I just need to start top decking lands, and I should be fine. Or Mad Dorks also work pretty well. And yeah, they don't have 1 mana stuff, so Arata Visionary. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's useful. I don't have any use. I should grab Tree of Clues because that gets me my sources. I mean, I would have loved Waking Boneyard, but I guess that's not really what I need right now. Yeah, I'll just I'll get Xerax off the board, and so Xerax like attack my mana, but so if they tap out for Chronicles, I'm fine because I just resolve Vasilia afterwards, and it dies to Chronicles number 2, but they need to have Chronicles number 2. If they have a land so they could go land Chronicles, hold up a counterspell, and that's really bad for me, but they need to have that in hand in order to make that play. Okay, they have land. Do they also have Chronicles? It seems like it. No, Keening Bell Tower. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So now I get to whack them. Leyline Challengers. Okay, that could be useful. I'm going to Vasilia and flip right away to not get Chronicled. And a 6/5 hexproof guy is quite annoying for them to deal with. They 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I need to keep up around the Visionary so that I can pay for Omen of Deception. If they have like alright, good. Actually, no way. I want to stick this thing onto Mountain because Mountain's not making any useful mana. I already have my other red source. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So, jam Basilia and see what happens. Well, I mean, they probably don't have Chronicles right now, right? If they had Chronicles, they would have used it by now. But they have Keening Baltara, so it's likely that they draw into Chronicles. So yes, I should be flipping Basilia this turn to get my 6/5 hexproof guy. Okay, they let it happen. So I'm immediately going to transform this thing into 6/5 hexproofer. Okay, I can also run out Leyline Channelers this turn. Is that useful? I guess it makes their Chronicles better, but I don't care about Chronicles now, right? Because if they Chronicles, I just keep around Basilia and start swing. Oh, actually, they can Chronicles into an Edict. Yeah, that will get me. And so there's no point in jamming Leyline Challengers because everything I do here would just play into it. And they're going to draw a card. Okay, sure. I need to, yeah, okay. King Baltar Pains, I need to remember them. So I'm hoping that they don't have Chronicles plus an Edict. And how likely is it for them to have that? Somewhat likely, actually, so that could be a problem. Well, actually, no, okay, so they only have 2 black sources, which is good because Chronicles takes 2 black and the Edict also takes a black, so that means they can't do that play, which is good for me. And yeah, I'm just planning on, I'll just like I'll just wander around the Visionary if I don't draw anything useful next turn. Seems like they're playing Chronicles here. Unless it's another King Baltire, in which case that's really annoying because now it's draining my life total super quickly. So then that requires me to wander around the Visionary and hope to flip like something to blow up one of the King Baltowers. Yeah, okay, they do have a second one. That's quite annoying for me. Vasila still kills them in 2 turns, right? I mean, actually, Starset plus Vasila. Yeah, like this board does kill them in 2 turns, even through the King Baltowers, at least. Or at least I hope so. Heart of the Glade. Alright, yeah, I'm swinging out, and then I wander around the Visionary and look for something good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll have 8 mana, which means I can wander around the Visionary through an Omen of Deception. Actually, this forces them to activate Bell Towers now to not die, which is useful for me because then I don't have to worry about counter spells. Okay, they're doing both draws. Well, New Divides isn't useful for me though. No block. Okay, damage happens. So they're still looking for so get this thing. So right now they're still looking for a second black source, but they could have gotten that with what they drew. Anyways, time to wander around the Visionary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if they counter this. I mean, like, they totally can counter it, but they won't draw a card off their Divine Mishap. And they still can't outgain Vasilia, right? Even with... Oh no, they definitely can. And this thing's like clocking... So they only need to draw 7 more cards before I just die, which could be problematic. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll grab a Forgotten Cultivator, but I can't play this turn, which is annoying. But I take it anyways because it helps me dig, and I already have a land drop for next turn. And I just have to hope they don't get anything super great. Yeah, like if I sequence stuff a bit better, I would have had well, either I would have had can they draw? Oh, there's like, okay, they need to draw 5 more cards and I just die, and they can definitely do that. That's really annoying for me. So no, they need to draw 4 more cards and I die, and they have 3 card draws already on board. So I just need to hope they don't have a card draw from hand, but it's very likely that they do. So I think the game is lost, which is not great for me. I think I played too hard around Chronicle of Extinction. Like, yeah, because I don't think they were on Chronicles. Okay, so basically, I think the turn that really mattered was me flipping Basilia right away into the hexproof guy, because I was playing super hard around Chronicles. So assuming I plus Basilia instead of flipping it right away, and then they Chronicled me, I would still have Starstead left, so I used the potion to bring Starstead to a 4/4, start swinging with it. Would that have been better for me? Okay, they're both strong. Okay, sure. Still not drawing into my removal. I mean, that's a lot for Forgotten Cultivators, but okay, did I just die? Unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, definitely needed to play slightly better there. So I should have I needed to basically on that turn where I club promoter into drift off, I needed to drift off first so that either Leystone gets countered or either Leystone gets removed and I still have club promoter in hand, or like they counter my drift off and then club promoter comes down as a 4 or the 3/3 that also blows up Leystone, because then I would actually have a clock to start whacking them. Yeah, so I'm down a game, which means that hopefully I need to win next round to make it to top cut, and hopefully I can do that. But yeah, so that was round 3, and see you next